Right. Okay, hold up. Let me not crash here. Shitty angle. Hope I don't got no buggers or something. I mean, I don't even know if you guys can see me, man. Hold up. I'm gonna edit it out, bro. I'm gonna edit this out, bro. Trust. All right, bro. Don't hate me on me if my side profile's not right, bro, or like the audio's bad, or like my hair looks bad, bro. It's not my fault. It's all AI. Hashtag sponsored. Anyways, I just had lunch. Okay, so I got up. You know, actually, Loki got up at like 2 in the morning. Like, I don't even know, 1 in the morning. Like, my sleeping schedule's fucked, bro. It's so fucked. It's so incredibly fucked. I thought I fixed it and I reset it, but no. Got up, been up for a while, went to the gym, lifted. I ate 10 donuts today. Fuck, I ate 10 donuts, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god, 10 donuts, bro. These are like $2.50 each, bro. Oh shit. Oh my, I'm gonna throw these out. when I get home. Cause fuck, bro. 10 donuts? Holy shit, that's 2,500 calories, bro. Oh, I'm so over today. Oh my god, what was I thinking? Whatever. You know what? I'm just gonna take the L on the calories today. Because after the gym, I was like, because I was munching on these donuts before the gym, then after the gym, I was just like pigging out, like genuine straight gluttony from the Bible. And I was thinking while I was picking out on these donuts, I was like, you know what, man? I already fucking ate so many donuts. I'm gonna go treat myself and get me something nice to eat, okay? And I was like, what do I want? I was like, I could go to Don's, but first of all, free Palestine. And then also, Don's is like, that's not treating yourself. That's kind of like, you don't even like, you eat that and then you're just like, you don't even feel good about it after. Like, you're just like, what the fuck? You don't even feel good. The calories you don't feel good about. The food you don't feel good about. The only thing is your wallet. That's it. And I was like, okay. I was like, maybe I can hit up Popeyes, but I wasn't really feeling chicken, so I was like, okay, I want a burger, but I want a nice burger. There's a Five Guys right by the gym I go to, and it's kind of on the way home. So I head over to the Five Guys. I'm like, I'm about to treat myself. I'm about to, get like, I'm gonna get the fries, the burger, like get the everything I want on it, whatever, right? And I was like, I'm gonna get the shake. I'm gonna get the extra patty. I might even get 2 burgers, get the large fry. Like, I'm about to pig out on this shit, bro. And if you know where this Five Guys is at in the Groton metropolitan area, there's this really common homeless person spot where people sit like in the middle of 2 rows and they sit there with a sign and like, ask for money and stuff. Now, I'm walking up to the Five Guys, right? In the corner of my eye, on my left hand side of my eye, right? I'm like, I see the guy sitting there with a sign. And I sat there and I stopped, right? I stopped in my tracks. And I thought in my head, this is what dead ass thought. Seriously, I thought this. I thought to myself, what would the virtuous person do? This sounds like I'm just saying that for the plot, right? But I'm telling you guys, I sat there and I was like, what would the virtuous person do in this situation? What would the virtuous person do? And I sat there for maybe like 15 seconds. Not maybe like 10 seconds. 5-10 seconds. I sat there just sitting with that thought. What would the virtuous person do? I have no obligation to go and talk to this guy. Or, he could be weird. He could be, he could smell bad. I don't know. He could try to molest me. He could, it's an open-ended story, right? It's open-ended with what could happen if I approach him. Now, I wouldn't be telling you this story if I just went into the fucking Five Guys and just ate like a pig and then left, right? So what I did, I started going towards the Five Guys door. I was like, okay, let me just go get my food. And I was like, maybe I'll do something after. Like, maybe I'll like get myself. I was like, but then I thought, no. I want to go and do this. I want to go and talk to this guy. I want to know this guy's story. I want to conversate with him. I want to treat this person like I would treat any other human, right? I want to treat this person as a human being. And so I veered off. I was like, zoom, from the side entrance of the Five Guys. Like, I'm not gonna go in that entrance. And I walk over across this little grass patch onto the sidewalk, and I shout across the street, and I say, I'm like, yo, man, want to come get some Five Guys with me? And he's like, I can't hear you. And I said, I'm pointing at the Five Guys behind me. I was like, I'll pay. I was like, let's go get the Five Guys. And the street was empty, so we just walked across the street. You know, I guess it's fate that there was no cars, but he walks across and he says, hey, and when he's walking across the street, I say, what's your name? And he says, I'm Michael. And then he says, what's your name? I say, my name's Malik. He goes, what? I was like, Malik. And I was like, it's Malik. I was like, yeah, I know it's kind of a weird name. He was like, no, it's cool. And then we walk in through the first door. I hold the door for him. He's like, and I'm like, yeah, you can get whatever you want. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I basically just, and then he holds the door for me. And I walk in, and I order my food, right? I order my burger. I got a bacon cheeseburger with onions and barbecue sauce on it with a regular fry. No drink because, gotta save the wallet a little bit. But I told him, I was like, get whatever you want, bro. Like, don't even look at the price. And he's ordering his food, okay? He also got a bacon cheeseburger, but he got like, I don't know, like weird, like old people stuff on it, like fucking, I don't know, mayonnaise and like mustard. I was like, mustard! And then, and then he's like, you can just tell by the demeanor. It was like quiet, okay? It was very like timid. He sounded out of place, I think. And that's probably true. I mean, I don't think how many times this guy's getting Five Guys. I mean, the bill was like $42. I'm not boasting or anything. It's like, it was just $40. Y'all know Five Guys. That shit was expensive. He got like a strawberry shake and stuff. But like the lady like didn't like really hear him. Like he was talking very quiet. So I like made sure. I was like very sure. Like he said he wanted a strawberry shake. He's about to get a strawberry shake. He was like, the lady almost didn't put the mayo on his burger. I was like, make sure there's mayo on that bitch. And now Michael and I, we go and sit down. And immediately, oh fuck, what the fuck was that? Ah. Oh my god, what the fuck just happened in my hand? I just pulled a nerve or something. Snapping, what the fuck? Shit, whatever. Just like that, as soon as we sat down. At first, I sat down, and he was like, you mind if I sit with you? I was like, oh, sure. So I was like, please, sit down with me. And immediately he starts talking, right? It almost felt like an explanation. He's explaining this is why I'm in this situation. Oh, shit. And he's like, this is why, like, blah, blah, blah. And he tells me a story, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to know this guy's story. Okay, dude. He's like, fuck me, basically. And when I approached him, I was like, in my back of my head, I'm thinking, like, I just want to know, man. I just want to hear a story here. That's really what I was getting paid with. I'm paying for the meal, but I'm getting what I want out of this, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of playing my own game here. Not this, whatever, right? And he was telling me, okay, I'm like, he's telling me about a story. He was a carpenter for like 20-something years. He was like a foreman. He, had a wife. With like 2 stepchildren, and he had a kid himself. And he got a brain tumor, and the brain tumor done got his ass, and the wife left. First of all, L wife in the comments. Everyone, I want you to comment down below L wife, because the wife had breast cancer. He stood by her, obviously like a W man's, and the wife just left his ass when he got a brain tumor. What kind of reciprocation is that? That's horrible, okay? L morality on that girl. She has no ethic, or she has L morality, okay? I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm not trying to hate or nothing, but that's like, come on, bro. What are we doing? Come on. That's just fucked up. That's a pretty morally non-ambiguous situation we got there. Now, anyways, okay, right? What's happening? We're talking, right? It's just flowing. It's just flowing out of him. I could tell that it's just, he doesn't get to talk to anyone in this kind of situation anymore. People treat, like, I don't know. Oh my god, teenager discovers empathy moment here. But I think, sometimes you do have to state the obvious. I think people, and he told me, he was like, yeah, like sitting out there, people think you're just a bum, and that, they shout things at you, honk, give you dirty looks and stuff, and I'm like, the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm just like, why? First of all, if you ever hate on a homeless person, I hope that God is real and that hell is real so you can live there, because you don't know these people's stories. Sure, maybe, someone is just a bum and doesn't care about anything, doesn't want to get a job, doesn't want to contribute to society, and just is fine with being a bum, and that's why they're homeless. But I doubt that's the majority of people, okay? Like, some people just are down on their luck and just get fucked over. Like, this dude got fucked over, okay? Doesn't have anyone to talk to, and now he's talking to an 18-year-old kid, and I have the whole swath of my life in front of me, hopefully. And I'm super blessed. I don't believe in God, but I'm super fortunate to be able to, like, not even think about the $42 I spent on the like bill or whatever. It's like, whatever. I'm just I want to do a good thing here. Well, I want to dive into the morality of everything, because I don't want this to come across as like I'm like trying to pat myself on the back here, like, oh, I did a good thing, look at me, I did it, I think, like, could we get 500 hamburgers for the homeless? Like, with the camera and shit, like, I promise you, I'm not trying to do this I'm not trying to, like, make this video, I thought about not making this video, right? Again, I'm thinking about my morality, like, what would a virtuous person do in the situation that I find myself in? And I think that I wanted to make this video because I do want to talk about the morality of what I did, like the ethical weight of what I did, but also, I just think, I don't know, it's a good story. So, anyways, but yeah, I'm just talking to him. Again, it's just, he has no one to talk to. He's being super candid, right? I'll be honest, I'm probably never going to see the guy again the rest of my life. And just talking. Come to find out, the dude built the school, my high school. The guy was like the foreman, like carpenter or whatever, on, I don't go there, Marine Science High School. Which is, gosh, man, world is small, by the way. But that's just an interesting connection there. It's like, yeah, I got an education from the school, and the person that I'm sitting down, the homeless man I'm sitting down with, is actually someone who helped build my school. I think, yeah. And I think that, I don't know, obviously, no words of mine. Sure, the burger that I got for him and the strawberry milkshake he got, right, are nice. Sure. For sure, right? But grand scheme of things, he's still back on that corner, begging for money. I didn't really do a lot in that sense of, like, changing his situation, right? I not much that I think I could do. And however, so I knew that, right? In the moment I'm thinking that. So in my back of my head, I'm just like, let me just, let this guy regain some of his humanity, I think, again, I'm not saying like, oh my God, I just discovered empathy, but it's surprising how easily people just forfeit humanity for other people, or just forfeit the benefit of the doubt for other people. Like, it's so easy to treat other people like humans, and I could just tell, like, this dude is not treated like a human by other people. It's not malice or cruelty on these other people's, like, behalf, right? It's not like they're like, oh, they're like purposely choosing to be cruel or choosing to be unkind. But it's just a byproduct, It's just easier to just, you see a homeless person, you're walking down the street, you just, you don't want to look at the like non-human, like, thing on the ground. But come on, man, we're all people, okay? So, okay, I'm done with the whole, like, empathy spiel, because y'all get it, and if you don't get it, you got some serious reevaluations to do, and probably shouldn't be sitting here fucking watching my video. But anyways, moving past that, further on the story, he's like, yeah, like, he was astonished at the price. He was like, $42. I was like, nah, don't worry about it. And he was like, that's crazy. Like, I can't believe that's $42. And he's like, I was like, yeah, Five Guys is expensive. Like, whatever. Like, yeah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, like that, $20 to me is like, that's like insane. He was like, he told me about how he used to spend without even thinking, like $20, $200, like at a dinner or something like that. He used to spend it, not even think about it. I mean, that's just a little nice perspective shift there. It's like, you really don't know what you have until you lose it. Super true there. So yeah, I mean, we just wrapped up and finished our food. Went our separate ways and wished him good luck and stuff in life. And I was like, I hope you not get better. I mean, you can't really get better from the tumor, but I hope that he can kind of get into a better place in life. And yeah, that's it. It's not that big a deal. I think it was just See, now I want to segue this part of the video into the actual. This is the point. This is what I think is more broadly more important. Is, did I do a good thing? Now, on face value, people are like, obviously you did a good thing, and you're just saying that because you want to hear how you're such an amazing person and blah 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 blah. You're like obviously, screaming out for some validation here. Maybe I am. I love doing that because I don't love myself. But oh my god, dude, this fucking curb. Oh my god, this car is big. That road's narrow, but that's not my fault. I'm also distracted. But did I do a good thing? I'm sitting here and I wish that I could have done more, right? Now, I'm going to tell you guys a second story. It's about a year ago. Yeah, a little more than a year ago, so probably like a year and like 4 months. It was summer before my senior year of high school, and I, I was basically going with my aunt, who's a doctor, to a gastroenterology conference in Atlanta. I didn't attend the conference, but we were there to look at Emory, which is a good school, a good Southern school. And she was like, yeah, like, you want to come along? Like, we can, what's it called? Take the flights and whatever, and blah, blah, blah. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, I have zero memories of flying. Did I fly? I did. I definitely flew, because I remember, like, going to the airport and stuff. Huh. That's weird. I kind of just blocked that memory just out of my brain. But anyways, we go down to Atlanta, and it's like the morning of, and it's like maybe like 10 to 12, and my aunt's at the conference, and I'm at the hotel, but I had to check out. So now I'm just walking around, trying to figure out the bus system down there. I could not figure it out. I was like looking on the app. I like downloaded there's like 3 different apps. I didn't know what. So I was just like walking around near this hotel, and I was like, okay, well, I'm hungry. Let me go get let me go hit up Don's and just get some food. And this is the time I was looking balling out, man. I was working my summer internship. I was getting good money. I probably had like a few grand in the bank account. Way more than I have now. Not to get into my personal finances right now, but I think I probably have like sub $400 right now. Oh, it's chill, bro. I got a summer internship locked up. I'm gonna make money then, so I just gotta tie myself over until then. But yeah, I had plenty of money. I walk into the Don's. I'm like, I got like a quarter pounder. I was balling out, bro. I'm telling you, I wasn't even on the McValue menu. I was like, damn, give me the quarter pounder meal. The meal. Okay, that's like $14. It's kind of crazy. And I was eating my meal in the McDonald's in Atlanta. 16-year-old kid, and a homeless man, says, hey, like, could you give me something? I was like, I'm sorry, no, I can't. And then he just went away. I was like, okay, whatever. And now after I finished eating my Don's, now I'm still walking around Atlanta, just like meandering about. I found myself in a cemetery, sitting on a bench in a cemetery. Okay, in this like secluded part of this cemetery. It was like a little path. I was sitting there, just my phone was about to die. I, had no service. Phone was about to die. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't scroll. And I sat there. I was just like, I just felt so much regret. Because what is what was, $10 to me then to get this guy a meal? $15, $20, $100 to me, right? Nothing. It literally means nothing to me. $100 to me means nothing. And I say that with sincerity even now. Like, $100 is low-key, like, probably like a fourth of all my cash. But realistically, I don't need $100. I don't have, like, bills that I gotta pay that I'm saving for. I don't have any, I don't have insurance to pay for. I'm driving a car that I don't own. My insurance is paid for by my parents. Like, I'm super fortunate. Super, super fortunate. And I'm very aware of that. So, like, $100 to me now is still, the 42 bucks I spent today. It really didn't mean anything, right? So I was started sitting there in this cemetery with my phone dead, everything off, sitting there. I'm just sad, right? I was like, I was feeling really regretful, and it's not like I can go back and the homeless dude is gone by now. I can't find the dude and like give him like money and whatever, right? I can't buy him a meal, and I felt like I had failed. I just felt like a bad person when I didn't do that. And I told myself, situation ever comes up again, I'm paying for the dude's meal. I want to do good. I want to be a good person. I think that the right thing to do was, first of all, I think the right thing for me to do back then was to pay for that guy's meal and get that guy a meal. I don't think I was in the right maturity standpoint then to do that. I just don't think I was mature enough back then. I don't want to give my excuses for myself. I definitely was mature enough. I say kid, but 16, you're conscious, okay? You kill someone when you're 16, you're gonna try it as an adult, okay? So, put it like that. And so I thought about that when I was walking into the Five Guys. I was like, this is a moment for me to do right. Do the right, good thing, the virtuous thing, whatever you want to call it. It's time to do the right thing. Now, granted, the situation is different. I could, if I sit there and I walk into the Five Guys and I don't do anything, it's not like Michael asked me and I said no. I had no obligation to. I wasn't asked for anything. I sought it out, right? And I guess the gray area for me, right? It seems pretty cut and dry here that what I did was good, right? I think most people would say yeah, you did a good thing, man. The kind of issue I have, and the reason why I'm hesitant to say yeah, I was a good thing I did, is because I don't know where to draw the line of being selflessly selfish, I think is a way to put it. Because I'll be honest, when I stood there right before I walked into the Five Guys and I thought there for a couple seconds, for 5-10 seconds, I was thinking only about myself. I was thinking, what is the right action here to act in accordance of me being a virtuous person, or what action would help bolster my case of being able to say I'm a virtuous person, right? And when you frame it like that, it alludes itself to being it seems to me that now the intent is selfish. And I guess what it comes down to is your framework of thinking for ethics in general. Are you a consequentialist? Because you look at the end result, it's probably, I did a morally good thing. It was a morally righteous, maybe not righteous, a morally nice thing I did. End of the day, Michael now has a full stomach on a nice Five Guys burger and now has a Five Guys shake. Okay. If I didn't do anything, I had not acted, then he would not have any of that. And we can say that food and subsiding hunger is a good thing, right? And he got to have an actual human conversation with someone, which I think, moreover, is probably more important for him. That's probably, I hope, what he appreciated the most, because that's what I was trying to do, was just treat someone like a human. And I think that he probably needed that. Yeah. So end result there. But if you're not a consequentialist, which I don't think I am, I don't ascribe to the consequentialist worldview, especially not the utilitarianist worldview. I'm like I said, I was thinking in my heart, like, or in my head, what is the virtuous thing to do? I guess my ethical worldview is a mix of Aristotle's Nicomachean virtue ethics crossed with like ethical emotivism, I think. Like little bits and pieces I agree with. And was it the I think that's the problem, is that the virtuous person would not have even thought. If I was truly virtuous, I would have started walking into Five Guys, crossed, I parked, picture Five Guys as a square, okay? I parked on one of the sides of the square, okay? And Mike was outside of my view, and I have to like cross it. I have to go around a corner to get to the front of the Five Guys, right? So if I park, and if I'm truly a virtuous person, I park my car, open the door, walk around the corner. I see Michael, and I think, okay, let me go get this guy a meal. Instead, what I was doing was, I thought, oh, he could probably use a meal. What would the virtuous person do here? So that's my issue with it. Now, you're probably like looking at me like, this kid's a dumbass. Because I can hear myself talking. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. But it does, okay? It truly does. Because I think it does matter, right? More than ever, the kind of, it just matters, man. I know it does. I know it matters. The intent behind your actions, Jesus, bro. I'm in a parking lot that's very, very bumpy. It matters, right? The intent behind actions matters. And also I think that hesitation there matters. I think that the hesitation I had is a sign that I'm not virtuous yet. Hopefully I can get there. But I don't know if I ever will. However, I think that, I don't know why I can't just give myself this win here, Like, you did a good thing, Malik. You got a homeless man a burger and fries, bro, and a shake. Like, I think the objective part of me is like, yeah, you did a good thing. But then the more, emotivist or, irrational, I guess, part of me is like, but like, why? Like, why were you doing that? What's driving those actions? And I don't think what's driving my actions, or at least that action, was the virtuous thing. I think that I was acting from a place of selfishness, of like, I want to feel like a good person. I think I'm placing my morality or my, I don't know how to, my moral condition in too high of a regard. Like, I need to be this, I need to be that. I'm thinking too selfishly. Like, I don't know, guys. Let me know down below in the comments. Was it a morally good thing I did, or an ethically good thing I did? Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say because I don't really have a good conclusion here. I'm just at ends with it. Like, I don't know, bro. Wait, watch this. Hands off. Oh my god. Just my knees, by the way. 6'1", by the way. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just can't give myself this win. It feels like I didn't do it right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We left. I shook his hand. We left, and that's it. So, I don't really have anything else to add. Just, I don't know. The conclusion from the story is that just treat people like humans, bro. First of all, you don't know how much that means to someone until you do it. Like, I know for a fact that it meant a lot to him, right? Like, just being treated like a person, not just like some bum, which he's probably become pretty used to being treated. And when you get used to being treated like a certain way, you start thinking of yourself like that. It's hard to It's hard to know. It's hard to think you're a king when nobody bows down to you. Okay, now that's low-key some wisdom shit right there. But yeah. So hopefully that helped him. But yeah, I'm still just. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I got to say today. Just go out there and be kind to people. I'm going to throw these 2 donuts away or see if my brother wants them because I'm pigged out, bro. Like, I think I burned like 800 calories on the treadmill, 800, 900 calories on the treadmill. But yeah, I'm fucked for the calories because I have probably 10 grams of protein. Not even on that burger. But yeah, that's all I got to say today, guys. I don't know, just go out there, be good people, be kind to people. One last thing. Broadening the scope of this whole idea of people are just people. I think it's so easy to place statistics on people, right? Like, you don't think about homelessness or any broader thing until 1, you're homeless, or 2, when you're sat face to face with another human and you're talking about it and you're you're in this situation, let me know, just tell me about it. Then you can kind of get a deeper understanding. And I still don't know. I cannot empathize with him at all because I have a conception, but I don't have a real understanding. I can't even fathom. I can fathom it, but I can't I don't really understand. I don't really know what it feels like to have to sit there and plead people to treat you like a human. I don't know what that feels like, and to be honest, hopefully I never do. But I can try my best to imagine. But yeah, it's so easy to turn people into a statistic. Oh, the homeless rate is on the rise, blah, blah, blah. And we got to end homelessness because all these bums are making the city look bad and whatever. And it's take a second and realize that the numbers you're talking about, homeless is up 0.1% or whatever. You're talking about real people. People are so quick to not be I don't really know what I'm talking about. And also, and even you can broaden that to other things conflicts in the Middle East and all that. And I think you guys can draw those conclusions yourself, about how people have become, especially I don't know. One death is a tragedy, but 1,000 deaths is a statistic. And there's an individual story with all these people, and they're all humans. They're all just people just living, and people aren't given enough grace anymore. So that's all I can say, I guess. Just give people grace. And yeah. All right. Peace out, guys.